Hey guys, Hook to Clash here, and today I've got an amazing video for you all. The summer update has just dropped and everyone is scrambling, trying to figure out the best way to use this new troop we see here. Yes, it is the Dragon Rider, the new dragon that targets defenses primarily, insanely strong. And there's going to be a lot of videos coming out in the next 24 hours from a lot of popular YouTubers saying that Queen Charge Dragon Rider is the strongest way to use that troop. And yes, if you're like unbelievably good at queen charging those anti-2 bases, then maybe that's your best option. But if you struggle at queen charging, this is your best option right here. It is what I'm going to call the Inferno Rider strategy. And essentially, it's like the Inferno Skelly strategy that we had pre-update. As you can see, the spell composition and all is the same. The only difference is this seems to work a lot better on bases with 3 multis. Inferno Drags really struggle with these 3 multi-bases because they don't have the hit points and they get stuck on like storages, heroes before they can deal with the multis. But these Inferno Riders, these Dragon Riders, target these multis a lot quicker and the army seems to go a lot stronger. So we'll start the attack here. And I'll just talk about a few things with the strategy. One, this was the first time I'd seen this hit done post-update. So we did this in a friendly war on stream. Zoro here killed this base doing it. And honestly, this attack didn't go that well and it's still going to overkill the base. You're going to see the troops spread out all over the base, but it still gets absolutely dominated. And this got me a little excited initially because I'm like, ooh, this is going to be strong. But as the night went on and as the number of people doing this attack and tripling got higher and higher, it got me very, very concerned because this can break Clash of Clans. That is not clickbait at all. This strategy is insane. So as you can see, Zoro starts with a Baby Drag and Bat Spell funnel. Essentially, the Bat Spell is just going to tank for any loons or baby drags there. Unfortunately, it does actually, because there's bats in the area, the baby drag can't rage up, so I'm not sure if that's the best idea there, Zoro. But anyway, as you can see, he just does the normal with the Inferno drag attacks, where you get all your troops down ASAP in like a tight area, but not too tight, and pop your Warden immediately, get all your troops in it, and then just before your Warden ability finishes, you're getting down all these Skelly spells across the base and ensuring that the scatter shots, the multi-infernos, and the defensive heroes are shooting your skeleton spells rather than your troops. And if they do start shooting your troops, that's when you use the freezes. As you can see, look, he has used most of his spells now, but also most of the base is gone. Even despite everything going everywhere, like this base is crushed. The RC's only just come down now. He's used his last freeze there, and he's got every hero up. I think he's about to lose his king, unfortunately, but like, look how many troops are up. This is absolutely crushed. So this is just kind of a warm-up for the strategy here. We will slow down a few of the next replays so you guys can keep up with what's going on and how to execute it. But yeah, if this isn't exciting enough for you all on offense and making you all go, ooh, I can triple with this strategy, I don't know what I can possibly show you that would be stronger than this. Let's get into the next attack though and show more epic replays of this. As you can see, this attack's done by me. Now, this is a friendly challenge, not in a war, but this was done live on stream, so it wasn't like I was messing around with it. And we're going to watch this on half speed. Thankfully, it's a minute 30 anyway, so it won't feel like it's any longer than a normal attack. But we're going to watch this on half speed so you can all get an idea of what I'm doing when I'm executing it. Now, you will notice one difference in this army comp. I did have four of these rocket balloons, but I only used those to pick off like this air defense over here. But honestly, it's probably better to use the composition you saw from Zoro before. And if you do have like room for this, you'd be better off bringing like a couple of more Inferno Drags and more balloons. As you can see, I've only got 3 of them here. But let's start the attack in half times and we'll talk about what we're going to do. So as you can see, start the king and queen on the bottom. Essentially, I don't want the king and queen to pull this CC. So I want them to go up like that. And I'm just going to start my main push really early here to push my king and queen to the left. And they're going to set a really nice funnel. Then on the right side, use the bat spell to tank the air defense. Then the rocket balloons behind to haste their way at the air defense. And that goes down. Then as you can see, we get our couple of balloons down. Then we get every single one of our troops. Unfortunately, I do actually miss a few of the Dragon Riders with this Warden ability. But they're not taking a whole lot of damage. It's just the Wizard Tower. So we pop the Warden, negating all the damage from the heroes. And as you can see, I'm just going to start putting Skelly spells down everywhere. I put 2 in that comp and then freeze the multi and the Queen, because they are 2 things that can actually take out my troops. So absolutely worth it. That's the worst freeze down the bottom ever. I should have frozen the scatter as well. I don't know why I froze a storage over a scatter, but we'll ignore that. But as you can see, we're actually going very heavy on the skeleton spells early here, because if we can get through this part of the base, then the base is pretty well crushed. As you can see, like, we've still got most of our troops at this point. Despite everything we're going through, we have kept most of our troops. I don't think we've lost an Inferno Drag yet, and we've maybe lost 1 Dragon Rider. It shows the power of using the skeleton spells, the Warden ability, and the free spells, just to ensure your troops make it through the initial part of the base. Then we have a delayed blimp come in here. Honestly, I should have done it a little bit earlier. That was a little late, but it works out fine. Notice, by the way, we've got the rocket balloons in there. I don't know if they're actually better than bringing 9 balloons, because obviously you can only fit 5 rocket balloons in the CC, but they do more fall damage and they move more quickly if a sweeper pushes your loons off the town hall. Just something I'm playing around with. Up to you what you bring in your CC. Now, unfortunately, this last skeleton spell was a bit dumb because I put it inside the scatter shot's dead zone radius, so the scatter shot's never going to shoot that, but it is taking a few beams off the multi, so what can you do there? I freeze the multi there. That's my last freeze at this stage, but also look at how much I've still got. My king's just died. My queen's still got her ability. The RC's helping out the queen. Essentially, with this strategy, you just put the RC wherever you feel necessary. You don't want to put her near like a CC, because obviously she will pull the CC, but wherever to support your troops. I pop her ability. I didn't really need it, because this base was already pretty crushed. Yeah, this is pretty wrecked. So this got me really excited, because obviously that first replay we saw Zoro triple an anti-3 base, and that's kind of what Inferno Drags are good at. But tripling anti-2s, Inferno Drags were never that good at, so these Dragon Riders are really helping it out. Anyways, that's all the replays I'm going to show you. Now we're going to do the ultimate test. We're going to do some hits in Legends League today with this strategy, and we'll find out how strong it is, because if you can triple in Legends League with this army, you can triple any base with the army. The ultimate test coming up. Let's see how we can go in that. Okay, so here's the army comp here. It is slightly different to the army comp Zoro had, because Zoro needed to fit a wall breaker, and he also brought a baby drag with his army, but given I'm mostly going to be hitting anti-2 bases, I just don't see the point in that as much. So I brought an extra Inferno Drag and an extra couple of balloons. But we're going to see. This is going to be a really short troop bar, which is obviously nice for the strategy. But we're going to find out if this can work in Legends League or not. This is my first attack of the day. The only thing holding me back is I don't have the Unicorn. The Unicorn's pretty nice in this, reviving the Queen's health. But let's see if it works. Enough talky talk. Let's do some attacky. That doesn't really work, does it? We're never going to say that again. Okay, so it's not an anti-2 base. That's kind of lame. I was kind of hoping we'd run into an anti-2. I've never said that before in my life. Okay, so as you can see, I want to come from the top side here. We don't really deal with the sweeper as much. And the king and queen can run like the 12 to 3 side here. And let's just see if we can overwhelm the base. We're going to have to create some sort of funnel. So I wish I had the baby drag, to be honest. Weirdly enough. So Zoro, you were right on that. We'll do that. And as soon as that king goes up, bam, there's the warden. Pop the king. We run into the NATO immediately. That's fine though. I'm watching this scatter. If it dares targets... I'm actually going to have to freeze this eagle. My troops have clumped up a little too much here. Town hall will go down. We're going to get another skelly. Freeze the warden, because that's kind of destroying my queen. RC over there. It's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. It's just going to be about whether I can keep my RC alive here. So we use that Skelly spell for her. Oh, wow. Look at that. the rocket balloons on the bottom side of the base, and this looks pretty crushed. This looks pretty crushed. Well, that's a surprise. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't an anti-2 base. You'd think the most guaranteed place to find an anti-2 would be Legends, but it is still a Legends base, and this is a very ugly base at that, and it's been crushed. We have absolutely wrecked this. Yet again, as is common with this strategy, 1 minute 20 left. RC, Queen, Warden up. I see 2 Dragon Riders and 2 Inferno Drags, which is what, 80 troop space? Like, that's pretty insane. We'll pop the RC ability there. Bam. Nicely done. So that's the first attack of the day. We've come in with the triple. Let's see how well we can do in the rest of the day. Let's see if we can pull in a few more triples, maybe even on a ring base. Okay, we started out strong. Let's see how we can go. Yeah, let's see if we can back up the triple with another. Hopefully we run into a ring base here, and we have. Perfect. So, as the same with before, we don't really want to go into the sweepers at all, and we don't really want our heroes to pull the CC. So, which way would I rather go? Would I rather go into the Queen or the RC? Probably the Queen, because the RC is like less dangerous, honestly. The RC can do less damage, whereas the Queen's kind of lethal. So we'll start like the King and Queen into here. Then something like this. I think my King's about to pull the CC, to be honest. Yeah, he's definitely about to. Okay, this is getting a bit ugly here. Trying to keep track of everything because I'm struggling to. That's the last freeze. We'll help out the troops over there. It's just the eagle up, really. Fortunately, my Queen dies. I think we get this. Yo, did we just get this? So I use the Skelly there to tank everything left. No way. Did we just get I just tripled a ring base. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This thing's broken. Guys, if I'm tripling ring bases, you know it's broken. I can't triple ring bases consistently with P.E.K.K.A. Smash, with Queen Charge Lalo, even the Queen Charge Dragon Rider and E-Drags. I can't triple with that. But if I can start tripling consistently with this, this can be safely said to have broken Clash of Clans. I didn't even execute that well. I kind of panicked at the start when the Headhunters came out and when the King nearly went the wrong way. I was watching him more so than the rest, so my skeleton spells were down late, but despite that, we came in with the triple. Let's keep going. Why not? I didn't expect to go this far without failing, but let's go and see how many more triples we can get. Okay, so 2 out of 2. Let's see if we can do it yet again. What base will we run into now? We've seen 2 completely different styles and yet again, another anti-2. In saying that, this anti-2 doesn't look as good for this army, honestly. I'm not sure how to tackle this. With the Inferno Drags, generally, you want to make it as skinny as possible, but that's going to be really tough on this base, because the skinniest way would be to come from up here, but then my heroes pull the CC one way. Then we deal with 2 sweepers near the town hall. I think it's much better if we come in from this top side, actually this bottom side here. And let's just see what happens, honestly. Because I don't have a clue what's about to happen. Anything could happen. That's a bad NATO. That's a really bad NATO, but we made it. We're going to do the early RC. We've got a lot of troops inside that town hall poison. I'm not sure we can get through this because that CC building's going to stand up. And we failed! It finally happened. It finally happened. But this is about the worst base possible for this because it's so wide across the base. Maybe it would have been better coming up from the top, but I would have absolutely pulled the defensive CC. We're still going to get reasonably close. I don't know why my queen ability popped there. I actually have no idea why it popped. I did not press that. Anyway, in terms of percent, look, it's not the greatest percent. It wasn't the greatest execution by me. I think we would push the sort of 85% mark that you sort of want for your fails in Legends. If we had the unicorn with the queen, the unicorn is unbelievable for helping out. Because as you can see, my queen would be about at half health at the moment. But obviously we wouldn't be able to get through the back end. So we found a style of base that kind of negates to an extent the strength of this army, but that's no surprise. Like I said, very wide bases do good against this strategy because you can't concentrate everything. That's the strength of this, is that you can concentrate and blow your way through the base. Still not a bad outcome, but this attack strategy did hit a hurdle there, but still I think this triad attack strategy is as strong as any in the game right now. It'll be interesting to see if base building catches up to stop it. Will we see more air bows? Will we see some singles maybe? Because the singles can do work to the Dragon Riders. Regardless, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I enjoy doing this sort of content for you. And let me know if there's any attack strategies post-update that you'd like to see in a video. Something that caught your eye. Maybe you want a guide on it. Maybe you want to see something like this where I use it in Legends and a few friendly wars and you see sort of the replays and me break it down. Let me know in the comments. You know I love reading all your comments. Anyways, that's it for me today. Have a nice day, everyone, and hopefully I see you soon.